Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about playing chords on 4 strings. So we're going to increase the number of strings, specifically string 1, from the previous video I did in the description below on playing chords with 3 strings. So let me go to some of the easier ones that we did. Obviously we started with G major, which had nothing here. So that was G major on 2, 3, 4. Okay, the only change we have to make with G major is we've got to hold down string 1 on fret 3. Now, you can use whatever finger you want, but actually probably best practice to use your ring finger. I'm just going to use my middle finger here. So I'll explain why the ring finger later, because when we go on 6 strings you need to do that, but let's not scare ourselves. But whatever finger it is, doesn't really matter. G is here. Okay. So you'll notice on my right hand, because now I've got 4 strings, I'm going to pick just very simply 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, string 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So I'm just going to go. Now this is actually significantly harder than what we had before because I'm not leaning on my guitar. So now I have to rely on my elbow resting on the guitar to keep my hands stable. But you could also just strum it. I usually do it with the back of my index finger. Some people like with their thumbs. Okay, or up. So G is simply holding fret 3, string 1 down, like that. Let's go to the E minor we had before. We were playing E minor here. So that's string 4, fret 2. That's what we had before. Good news for the string 1, we don't have to do anything, we can add it in. Well, that didn't sound good. Okay. So that's good news, no change. C. Well, so C we add this finger here on string 2, fret 1. And again, good news, no change. Okay. Even more good news, A minor, no change. So we do our A minor here. So again, no change. Then we get to a couple of the more difficult ones. F. As always, F is hard. Remember we were doing F like this. So that's string 4, fret 3, string 2, string 3, fret 2, string 2, fret 1. That's how we're doing it. That's how we were doing it before. Now, here's the tough bit. We also have to hold down string 1, fret 1. Okay, so now some people hold it like that, so they hold both fingers down. Not actually my favorite way. Some people just play the F major 7th, to be honest. They just play that without holding it. The one I want you to get used to is actually holding all 6 strings down with this finger. So we're going to then go into bar chords, and that's a sort of whole new area. But I want you to just see that instead of just holding that string, now we're going to have to hold string 1 as well. So I'm just going to use the fleshy part of my finger, that part, to hold down those 2 strings, okay, like that. So now I'll go to... So that's probably the hardest one to do. D's a little bit interesting. Remember I said you can do D or D minor with the previous setup. So, okay, it could be a D or D minor. Now that we add the first string, we have to change 2 things. So if you're playing a D, like as in D major, you're going to have to hold those 2 that we had before those two that we had before, and you have to hold string 1 on fret 2. So it's kind of like a triangle sort of shape, like that. Okay, so I use my index finger here on string 3, fret 2, my ring finger on string 2, fret 3, and my middle finger on string 1, fret 2. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but that's what it is. Okay, and then if it's D minor, it changes again. You've got to go here, here, like we did in the 3-finger pattern, but then we also need to go to string 1, fret 1. So the finger pattern I use is this. So I go middle finger on string 3, fret 2, ring finger on string 2, fret 3, and then index finger on string 1, fret 1. Okay, so you can hear the difference. So that's D minor and D major. So that one's a little bit complicated as well. But that basically gives you coverage of pretty much then all of the C major or C key chords. So C, then your D minor, your E minor, F, G, A. And just as a bonus, you've also got a D major, just in case you need it. So hope that gives you some ideas. Good thing with having those 4 strings in is we're going to be able to play with a lot more different patterns. So obviously have a go at doing the 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's just 1 finger each. But we'll look at other patterns too. So if you can practice that and start. By the way, I'll let you in on a slight hack with the F. If I ever play 4 strings finger picking, the F I actually cheat. You'll notice that instead of playing so 4, 3, 2, 1, when I get to the F, I actually play 4, 3, 2, 3, like we did before. And if you do it smoothly and quickly enough, most people won't notice. So if I went from, say, C to an F. Okay, so in all those cases I played the F just on the strings 2, 3, 4. So that's another way you can kind of cheat your way out of it. And again, in some songs you could probably get away with using an F major 7th, which is leaving the first string untouched, so to sound slightly richer, like that, or slightly unsettled. Okay, but you could do that. Okay, so have a play around with those. You'll see me often cheat with that F. I'll just hold the 3-string one. Of course, that doesn't work when you're strumming it. So if we were strumming the 4 strings, then I had to go to an F. I'll most likely have to hold that. Otherwise, we'd need to play the F7. Okay, so play around with that, see what sounds good to you, and we'll catch you on the next video.